World Meeting of Families kicked off today in Rome. The first event was the Festival of Families inside the Vatican's Paul VI Hall. Joining us now from St. Peter's Square is Catherine Hadro, EWTN News contributor and co-host of EWTN's coverage this week. Catherine, great to see you. This Festival of Families kicked off events for this week. Tell me, what stood out to you?
Yes, Festival of Families kicked off the official start of the 10th World Meeting of Families here in Rome. And Tracy, let me just tell you, it was so powerful. We heard directly from Pope Francis. We also heard from 5 different families from across the globe who shared different struggles in their families. I mean, we heard everything from loss of life to infidelity. These 5 different families sharing their own spiritual journeys and how they overcame it. I will tell you, that's probably what stood out to me the most. There was also some musical performances, and we were also joined there at the Festival of Families by families from Kiev, Ukraine. So you could just see the Holy Father's closeness and love and support for the faithful who are there in that war-torn country.
Yeah, and speaking of the Holy Father, I know the Pope's health has really been making headlines around the globe. How did the Holy Father seem tonight? I understand this is one of 3 events that he's actually participating in this week.
Yes, well, I'm glad you asked, Tracy, just because, as you mentioned, there have been many headlines, a lot of speculation about our Holy Father and his health. As you know, he has that injured ligament in his knee, so he's been seen in a wheelchair. I'll tell you, Tracy, he has been maintaining a very busy schedule. Earlier today in the morning, he was here in St. Peter's Square for his Wednesday's general audience, and then he was there at the Festival of Families. He gave a powerful talk, and you could tell he was very engaged up there on the stage, and he spoke very powerfully about the family, about the need for forgiveness. So he's definitely still very much making himself known here. And there are 2 more events at the World Meeting of Families that he'll be a part of as well. The Papal Mass on Saturday and then the Angelus on Sunday.
Yeah, and Catherine, you know, this World Meeting of Families really is unique compared to the previous 9 others. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Expand upon that for us.
You're absolutely right. Now, typically, the World Meeting of Families is the largest gathering of Catholic families. This is the 10th one since St. John Paul II launched it in 1994, so the 10th one in 28 years. And now, typically, the last World Meeting of Families I was at was in Philadelphia back in 2015, and there were over 1 million people at the Papal Mass. We're not going to see that this week. This one has already been delayed 1 year because of coronavirus concerns, and it's been limited to invite only to 2,000 families. So it's going to be a lot smaller, but it is still really important that these families are here. They're representing 120 countries from across the globe, and that is critical for the church's health, for the church to come together. We're a universal church, for us to listen to one another, learn from one another, and that is still happening this week, even though it is going to look a lot different. I feel like in the history books of the World Meeting of Families, there will be an asterisk next to this one in 2022 that it was scaled down.
Yeah, and Catherine, before I let you go, what will you be watching out for this week?
Oh, you know, I'm really looking forward to the next few days of all the different speeches and presentations from the faithful from around the globe. There's a special emphasis at this World Meeting of Families on married saints. And so I'm frankly going to be listening from a personal level about what are the very practical tips these families from across the globe are giving to cultivate holiness in their home. You know, what are they saying, whether it's praying the rosary daily or what other habits they have. I'm personally interested to hear those practical pieces of advice, because frankly, that's something we all can use and take away from. So I'll be listening to that. And again, also keeping a close ear to what Pope Francis has to say. What does he say during the Mass on Saturday? What is his mandate he plans to give us at the Angelus on Sunday? He's going to put us out all on a mission. I can't wait to hear his words and what he has to say and what's on his heart when it comes to the family.
Well, Catherine, thank you so much for your time today and reporting. We'll be watching you. Catherine Hadro, EWTN News contributor, thank you again.